see if I see you.
This is going live. Share your screen with your audience.
Let me see if I see you. Hold on.
Hi, everybody. If you can hear me, I see the everyday life of an OCD chick. Hey, unbiased. Hey, queen.
Live though, Nanny. I don't see you.
Uh-oh.
Ask them in the chat. Oh, yeah, if they can.
Can you guys see me and hear me? Live chat.
Okay.
Should I go into live chat?
Wait, no. Let me see. Hold on. They gave me a commercial. Just give me 1 second. Okay, you are live, Nanny. You live. Okay, bye.
Yay!
Okay.
Boy, oh boy, you guys. Did my hair just grow? I was sweating. The everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Let me... Hold on, you guys. My alarm system is coming in. Okay. So all of this is new, all of y'all. This says I'm live for 49 seconds. Yay! We did it. We did it. So, obviously, I am no longer part of the StreamYard family. I am not going to let anybody twist my arm behind my neck. And, uh-oh, Unbiased doesn't hear me. Let me try this. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Oh, I know what might have happened. Hold on, you guys. Make sure the volume is up. Can you hear me now? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Oh. Oh, you can hear me. Uh-oh. Now I touched something else. Can you hear me now? Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Just in case, I didn't bring my headphones, but I do have my ear thingy. Wellness can hear me. I did all my sit-ups, girlfriend. Now I just got to get this thingy in my ear. Lord have mercy. Lord. Boy. For those of you leaving StreamYard, tell you what. You got your work cut out, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, man. You can do it. I'm so glad to see all my family. Somebody's saying, hello, Joanne Stevens. Let me see if I can go to the top. All this is new, you guys. I have never done this. The everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Thank you for coming in. Unbiased LLC. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Wellness with Frugal Mama. Joanne Stevens. You hear me? Hi, sissy. Oh, I hope I spoke to everybody in here. If not, charge it to my eyes and not to my heart because I'm doing something all new. Tampa, the crafty queen. Hello. Hope you're okay down in Florida. And you guys, can we have a moment of silence for those who have been affected by the hurricane? One of our dear family members, our moderator, Maria Graham, contacted me earlier today. And by the way, she has been in the hospital, unassociated with the hurricane, and she got out, but she has no power at her house, her and her husband. And I will let her talk about her condition, but she's doing better physically. But I would like to thank hello Tampa, the crafty queen. I remember when your basement flooded before and all of your stuff got wet. Mike is stuck in the ads. Please listen to the ads because we gonna need some funding up in here. Up in here. You're at the doctor's office with hubby. She's sneaking. He's sneaking. He gonna put you out, Nikki. He gonna put you out. He gonna put you out. So you guys, she said, "Yep, back getting everything in her basement flooded again last week too." Don't give up, you guys. I lived in a house not too far from Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick. And you know what happened? That house I had, I made the master bedroom. I turned the basement into a master bedroom, put another bathroom there, had all the drains and everything put in. And what would happen is that when the ground couldn't absorb any more water, the water would back up into like a drain that was outside the basement door. I ended up having to put a sump pump in there. And then the city told me that, oh, you can't drain water out on the street. Oh, guess what? Hubby has something. Beautiful wife insurance. Oh, you do. He does have a beautiful wife. Nikki, you guys. So I see 9 of you in here and 5 thumbs up. I probably didn't give myself a thumb up. So that's probably 1 that's missing. But I want to appreciate each and every one of you. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Unbiased for talking me through it. Mike says, whoa, more ads. So I don't know what's going on with that because I did click myself to add ads in the beginning. I don't know how that works, but I do need the money. Tampa, the crafty queen, said she got a pump. It wasn't working. Well, you know what? If you can get to the store, get another one because it's worth it. And they're saying there's no global warming. Something is going on because it's raining like you know what. This is a bit aggressive, YouTube. It's not me, you guys. I don't know what is going on. Darth X with the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I would like to tell you guys that today's payday for this retired person. And what we did first thing this morning was go top the tank off. When you go live on your computer, the YouTube ads will show up and the host cannot control them. Sorry. Well, you guys, appreciate y'all watching through it because we need the money. It's almost time for my birth anniversary in November. That's when I first went live, thanks to Nikki throwing me out there in the in the cold world. And that particular day, her Wi-Fi failed. So I just started talking. And kept on talking. And I've been talking ever since. Donzel Cooper, welcome in. I'm looking at a sign because I finally had some help around here and I started reformatting or revamping my studio area here in my apartment. And I was able to pull out all this equipment that I've had, couldn't use because I couldn't lift it. I bring it every day. Says, hello, Garden Quilt and Art Show. Auntie Ellen, I've been seeing you going to all your little things, Kelly. So this week, last couple of weeks, while I had some help, I pulled out the Cricut. I pulled out the embroidery machine. Today, what I pulled out was some show and tell that I'm sure that you guys would love to see. So, allergies. So I've been on for 9 minutes. When we get to quarter after, and this is the first time trying it, you guys, from YouTube Studio, I am looking at a name tag across the room. I won't get up and get it, but it says Ellen Pankey Cooper Donzel. And then it says notary public. I'm not a notary public anymore. I'm not a notary nada because I am retired and no longer consulting, working in the legal field as a senior corporate paralegal. But underneath my little name tag I retrieved from mommy's house. Hello, mother. If you're there in the bushes, I got her a small watch that she can keep on her arm. Actually, it has a big face on it so she can see the numbers. And she had it on just before bed last night so she can tell them when it's time, when she wants to turn on her TV and see me. And then underneath that little name tag over there, Pankey is a maiden name, you guys. It says Joanne Pankey Stevens. So, you guys, we're here. And I'm going to do a small giveaway. I was going to save it until the end, but the person I want to give it away to is here in the chat. And yes, Sissy, I finally wore my last kimono. I got 3 kimonos for my birthday last year, and I'm just getting to this one. It's lined, it's silk, but I was afraid to iron it, you guys. I was afraid I would burn it or something, but I have it on now. So, without further ado, I would like to show you guys one of the packages that will be going out in the mail soon as y'all listen to enough ads that I can pay for the postage. This one is going out to Unbiased LLC. And what this is a bunch of ironed scraps. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I like doing this so that you all can see my little lap and I don't have to hold things up. A couple of weeks ago, I know you can't see my face, but you can see this bag. This is maybe a couple of pounds unbiased. And you see, I write everything down. Strips from the mask that I made. I made a couple thousand masks a couple years ago when nobody could get masks. And I'm making a special type of strip quilt. And I will show you. And Unbiased LLC, some of this has a couple of pieces. I want to show you this. This was a mask that I made for my pastor's wife. It was a special African fabric and had sparkly stuff on it. I know it has pink in it. Please forgive that. But it has a little piece that's big enough to go on it. And when I iron things, because I don't like to iron, I kept these folded. They're still folded and they're still ironed. And there's still some more sparkly bits in here. So I would like to encourage all of you who are trying something new, doing the things that I do. And Unbiased came up live, her and Almost Homesteading with Janet. And they were trying to, they came up live for my 2K celebration, and they show where they were making. Mike said, hey, we'll see. I'm not Auntie's level yet. There is no level for this Unbiased. Oh, look at this. And see, this is a seam. I accidentally stole this out of your package, Unbiased. But where it was folded in the seam, it just needs to be pressed open. You can actually put it in like this because it's still pressed. And I'll show you what I was doing. I took, for those of you who are new, welcome in. If you're here for the replay, please leave a message and let me know that you found me over here. We'll lose clues. Saying hello, Miss Ellen. Hello, chat. So this package is going out to the 2 people who came up live are getting this. This one is for Unbiased. What I like about this one, Unbiased, is that it does have a few light strips in it. Remember I was telling you when you buy jelly rolls, jelly rolls don't have many lights in it. I'm going to put this here for those of you who ask what a jelly roll is. And again, I want to encourage each of you, like I said initially, 15 minutes a day, because even if you work, you can use your lunch hour to do something. So this these would be, I took some out of the darks, but these, the New Orleans gardener, T-Nog, thank you. You're in your garden listening. T-Nog, I don't know if you heard or you were able to get in touch with her. She messages me on Facebook, but Maria Graham has been in the hospital, and she did ask you guys to pray for her with her medical condition and with the hope that she gets her electricity back on, because her freezers, everything have been off since last Saturday, I believe. Last Saturday. So if we could have a moment of silence. Yes, Tina said she talked to her. And if we could have a moment of silence for her and everyone going through it, everything going with it. My dad's family is from North Carolina and from the southern western part, like in and around the Charlotte area mostly. So they're not in the mountains. They're like mostly in the city and they're safe. But everybody, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, all of you. I saw Georgia Peachnut going through it. T-Nog helped her out. If you can do anything to help others. This morning, I went out early and I was helping some of the seniors because T-Nog is the first one who told us about the longshore strike on her Sunday, like a little over a week ago. Nobody was talking about it. So you guys, I want to show you a jelly roll. These are special jelly rolls that I cut when I had a lot of space and the big cutting mats that were 60 inches and the big tables before I moved in this downsized apartment. So these are jelly rolls with all African fabrics that I bought and I cut up. So what comes in a jelly roll is like 2.5 inch fabrics, and they're cut. I never could find the colors I wanted, so I cut my own. Let me show you some of the colors. You usually get 2 of each color when you buy one. So this is like not an interview. This is an actual jelly roll that I cut. You see these different fabrics? Just to show you, this one was a tan, this was a zebra. This was so well done. Look, you can actually see the zebra's eyes in this fabric. That was some of my good fabric that I cut up for that. There's one that's light, animal print, adinkra symbols. I remember this one. This was like an animal print. That one was one to a special safari place. This is some of the fabric I had in that jacket I made. This is, oh, I forget what you call this guy. But it's a southwestern fabric. And so I just want you to see what I cut up myself. These were the darks. And then because you can never get the light fabrics, I went to like Hobby Lobby, not that they're paying me to say this, a couple of the quilting stores, and I bought like 1 yard each of a light fabric, and I cut it all up. This is an official jelly roll. And it has all these beautiful light colors. I kept them in a bag because they will get frayed. Let me put this down a little bit on my lap because I don't have to hold my little old rotator cuff up. But this is what you get when you cut your own, and it doesn't matter what the lights are as long as they're all light. So That's this one, it looks like it's white, but it actually has a little print in it. Can you see the little print? You will never be able to buy one of these. This one has like little dots in it. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. These are just every so many fabrics, all light, all light, all light. And some are a little bit darker. And when I went to create something like this above me, I just grabbed a handful of dark fabrics that were like in those rose tones, and I put them in there. And Miss Shirley, oh gee, thanks for coming. Glad y'all found me over here in this new format. I take it that others of you will be joining us over here. And this was when I have the fabrics out and I have them. Everybody's speaking to Tina. She's a celebrity up in here. Garden State so and so. How are you doing? I saw your gardens and the things that you were doing. She does sewing with the seeds and with the machine. And she will tell you these, you can't find jelly roll strips with all lights. These are lights, but you see what? These are a different bunch of lights, light color fabrics than I showed you. And some of the lights that are in here are actually in here because I pull them out as I need them. Some of it, look, even has a few little shamrocks on it. So that's what I have. And whatever I had out at the time, it's been in this gift wrap tissue bag, I want to say for 10 years. So I have them ready. I was pulling stuff out for Christmas. Now, let me show you a custom jelly roll with some fabrics called Kaffe, Kaffe facet. He's an Australian fabric designer, and he loves, what you guys will love about this is that Garden State so and so. That's a beautiful jelly roll. Yes, that was hand cut. Now these are jelly roll strips, meaning they're 2.5 inches. But I'm going to show you because I put these aside. These are mostly Kaffe facets. So he likes bright colors like flowers, and he's famous for his flowers and whatnot, and polka dots and bright colors. So I cut, look at these, you guys. Look, I'm stuttering, talking to them, talking, touching them, listening, looking at them. I can't even speak English. All these different colors with flowers, flowers, flowers. These were the green colorways. I'm going to put these back in a bag so that I can show you what I did. But I had these little like totes on the bookcase shelves back there, and each one of those are filled with different fabrics. So that was the dark green colorways. Look at those shades. You wish you could see the flowers. Okay. I'll open because I bought them in the different colorways. These are like lighter greens, and it looks like I cut like, I'm looking at the top where it's folded. Looks like I cut like 3 or 4 of each of these colors. Maybe if I put this down more on my lap, because you'll see all these other colors on my lap. I was going to keep it for a surprise. Look at these, you guys. And then I bought just some plain colors because of all of the flowers. I wanted to give the eye a place to rest. So here are some more of the flowers in those fabrics. I love, love, love flowers. You see all these colorways? Then there were the turquoises. So this was a pile with the lighter greens. And since they were folded, I just put them in the gallon size bag and put them in here so the edges wouldn't get frayed. Then here's another pile that I must have opened up in pinks. It says, green is your favorite color, Blues Clues. Can you tell? Yes, I can. So look at these, you guys. Look at these colors. And then there's just a pink batik. Look at all these different flowers. And what I like about these designers, him and his husband actually went out, and the Aborigines in Australia, they took Yankee Sister Homestead. Hola, hermana. She's on her way to my town driving. Oh, welcome, sis. Look at these colors, you guys. And this was like just a rose I put in because these colors are so intense. This is one of his fabrics in almost a rainbow. I don't know if you could see it. Like when I'm looking at the screen, it doesn't look as turquoise as I see it. Hey, Bayou Sugar. Sugar, sugar. Welcome. So, of course, it's live, so I dropped a pile of these, but I will fix them later on. But this was a different batik with pinks and other colors in there. But hold on, you guys, because this is the same designer. And I want to show you the yellow and orange colorways that I cut up. See, this is what you don't get when you buy. You can get some really nice Moda, the fabric designer Moda. I know you can't see my face, but you don't. This is what you guys need to see: all this beautiful fabric and more flowers, more flowers. This is kind of like almost a dark purplish black with the different orange flowers in there. Look at this. I just wanted you guys to see these so that when you see the name KAFFE facet, or you go in that store and buy some of these, like look at the different, you can actually see the different flowers in here. These actually look like gladiolus leaves, more more flowers with the yellow and pink and orange and yellow in it. Nope, don't go away because this is the same designer. And this is like the brights, the reds and oranges and purples and blues. So, and this has butterflies on them. So I cut those up because it's almost time for me to start working on my Christmas orders. And I'm showing you what I do. There was a time, as I've told you, I have a vision impairment now. I'm totally blind in one eye, but there was a time I was legally blind and I couldn't see how to sew. Brampton Garden, hello, Auntie Ellen, hey Rochelle. And when I was legally blind, I would cut. I would cut like all day long or as many hours as I could. Brampton Gardener saying hello to the chat. I'm glad you guys found us. And one of the things I started like years ago, I remember when this is a quilt artist. Her name is Bonnie S. Hunter. She's on Facebook. She doesn't even know that I'm talking about her. And I started doing a mystery quilt. Well, I moved over here and had all these tiny pieces. And she's the one that said there's no such thing as ugly fabric. You just didn't cut it small enough. And I had some ugly fabrics that I bought. I would buy in yard sales. I belonged to 3 different quilting groups in North Carolina. I would go to when we had yard sales out there, and we would each like cut up fabric and put it out to raise money for the guild. So I want you to see some of the fabrics that I've cut up. Now, this is some ugly fabric blocks. So one of my friends and I who were in a quilting group, and we cut up all our ugly not all of it, because baby, I don't know what people are on when they're making fabric, but these are ugly. And we put them in a bag and we just randomly pulled them out, and they were 2.5-inch blocks that were made out of jelly rolls that we cut up. And look at all these crazy colors. You see that little 1/4-inch seam in the back? How neatly this is pressed. These blocks have been sewn, I want to say, 10 years, because I counted them out to make a quilt. So you see all these crazy colors? Can you see this? There's Native American fabric in there. There's a lot of Native American fabric in here and flowers, because my friend was a gardener and she's also Native American. So we just mixed up these fabrics and sewed them, and then we traded with each other. So I took some of these crazy colors and I combined them with half square triangles that were half black and half unbleached muslin. And the Turf Therapy got a quilt that had a lot of orange and African fabrics. There was another one of my aunts got, and she didn't even open it yet. She didn't put it on her bed. Aunt Shangy sissy. So look at all these fabrics. So this is what you do with your ugly fabrics. You buy whatever you can and you mush it all together, and just make 9 patches. And what do you do with the 9 patches? This is a 9 patch, and you can make them in 2.5-inch sizes. But I also want to tell you, you know what else? When you have jelly rolls cut up, you can take just 3 strips and cut them 6.5 inches, sew them together, and you will have a 6.5-inch block just like this. You can mix them and match them, make your own blocks, your own patterns. So I'm showing you guys stuff that I did a little bit at a time. So this is another bag that has 100 of these blocks cut out with all these crazy colors. But it's ready when I finish. I talked to one of my quilting friends, and she's in North Carolina right now, and she knew about those 60 quilt tops that are up there in those black hampers. She said, well, did you finish those? No, they're not finished yet. Hey, Patty's Kitchen. Hey, sis. How are you doing? I'm playing with fabric. I just love, love, love fabric. So this is another set already sewn, already ready to put together. I'm just looking at this block sticking up. This kind of orange one with the roses on it. I also had some purple fabric like that. Stop, Hershey. That I cut up. So we're going to get to the blocks now. What else is in? I'm going to put this over here for a minute because I want to show you on my lap somebody that said they wanted to see the flowers in the quilt. This is what I have a little confession, you guys. When I used to quilt a lot and shop a lot, I would buy this. When this would go on sale, I would buy all of it, the whole bolt, just so that when we put quilts in the quilt show, nobody would have the same fabrics as me. So this one is a green with all the flowers in it. This is actually a piece of raw silk. I don't even know why I have it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Brampton said, that's it. The one on the top. You made a bag with it? Oh, this one? Yeah, this is still about 1.5 yards of it. Well, hold on, because I got the rest of them in here too, Brampton. This is a piece of African fabric that I just had to keep the rest of it. This is a gold batik that is like sort of pre-cut. This is a fabric. Somebody was going to commission a Native American quilt. This is a panel that I sort of kind of pre-cut, but I kept it whole because I'm going to make something out of it at some point. I used to go to powwows with her, and you see the buffalo on the back, the Native American with the headdress on. She used to collect feathers. She would walk on my property. I had chickens, and there were wild peacocks and different birds on the property, and she would just pick up beautiful feathers. This one, if Nikki is still in the chat, sneaking, Nikki got a journal cover of this fabric. I don't know where I got this. She's like, you can add that to a bag. Child, you're worse than me. You know what? When the great man in the sky calls me in 25 years, Yankee sister, don't beat you over here. You're gonna have to come here and get some of this fabric because my kids don't sew, don't care. Is it going to be a rainbow? I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just showing you guys, sharing some of the fabrics while they're down and out, because these are fabrics that I cut myself, and I want you to see how I just do a little bit at a time, or I'll set a timer. I had a hip replacement and two knee replacements in the last 3 years, and I used to have a dog walker. Well, when Mr. Bill used to come get Mr. Hershey to walk him for me, I would sit at my sewing machine. So you're so funny. You have to take off. Thank you. Take care. Everybody have a terrific night. So guess what? Here's some more of that K facet fabric that I wouldn't let anybody have any of. Can you see how pretty it is? The flowers in it. So this I kept whole. This one is just purple batik. But one thing, you guys, the 60 quilt tops that I have finished up there, some of the fabric is in some of those quilts. So I have to save some of it so when I get around to the binding and stuff, I can mix and match them. It's like so pretty. And to feel this fabric, because batiks, they have to wash it so many times to get the different colors in each time they dye it. So the one who wanted to see the colors in here it is in a big piece that didn't get cut up. So I keep part of it just gifted. Hey, Sonia, how are you doing? Now this is a piece by K Facet, and it's Aborigine fabric. The indigenous tribes of Australia have a skin condition called keloids. I actually have it. So every time I get a scratch or cut, I have to have it treated so that it doesn't get that bubbly skin. So the Aborigine people, they take pins and they poke these different patterns, and each tribe has different little patterns. So this was some of the Aborigine fabric in green. Now this one, when I was in Arizona, I think I set a budget that year. It was 2018 when Auntie Joanne said I came out there, and I set a budget of like maybe $400 to buy fabric on vacation. I ran out of that. This one, yes, I have this one. I think I bought myself. Then I bought the orange and the dark brown, Garden State so and so. And my sister bought that. because I had exhausted the budget. I was going to have to thumb my way back across country. So that is some of the fabric that's cut up. I want you to see something, you guys. I was bad this morning. You know, we had to top the gas. The gas. This is my mom, for those of you. This is my mom's Afghan that she made. I said I was going to sell it for her. She said, I saw you put the Afghan on the chair. Yep, I'm going to sell it for you, Mom. I just didn't list it yet. So I wanted to show you another one of these containers that I had over there because I pre-cut. These are the bags. I don't throw anything away. I just reuse them. No food is going in there. I just put fabric in them when I sort them. So you guys seem to love looking and touching fabric as much as I do. So here are some blocks that are already cut. Now, some of you who have been following me know that I also cut blocks. You can buy something called layer cakes. They come in 10-inch squares, but I cut mine in a special cut when I pre-cut mine myself, because I cut them in 10.5-inch squares, because there is a kind of a quilt called a turning 20, and it requires 10.5-inch blocks. The big denim quilt that I made for my mother has 10, the middle block, the big block was 10.5 inches, and then other derivatives. So I'm going to show you guys down here. Then I'll show you what I did. These are a pile of blocks that I pre-cut. And here's like some rose-colored, purple, ugly fabric with, I'll straighten those out, with flowers in it, because there's a way that I can put this block just like this and a plain block. I actually like unbleached muslin with these old vintage fabrics. And you sew around all 4 squares, right? Then you cut it in a diagonal, and then you get all these half square blocks. So look at all these that are pre-cut, ready to sew. So when I get some of you that say, oh, I want a quilt, I want something that looks vintage, I mix 1 block of this, 1 block of unbleached muslin, and so I have a pile of these cut in this color. So my helper's coming tomorrow for the last time. I made this mess. She's going to help me put it away. And I'm teaching her how to sew. So this is a lavender that I can mix and match with any of those fabrics. Look at this one. Not this one. This one looks like different color fabrics. Are you guys bored with the fabrics? You want me to go on or no? Hey, Deborah Garrett. Look at this one. So this one was fabric with, it originally had all the states and the state bird of each state. This one had like North Carolina, Wisconsin, California, Utah, Oklahoma. This side had like Kentucky, Michigan, Kansas, Texas, New York, Maryland, Nicky Nick, Montana. I just love fabric. So here's some. See, all these blocks are pre-cut. Now the plan that I had for these to make a quilt was to make half square triangles and put one side with unbleached muslin. You guys already saw this one. This is for my pink girls. My great-granddaughters love pink, but these are pink and red roses that I will pair with another color, even like one side of the triangle unbleached muslin and the other half with this. Oh, and some of this ugly fabric. I bought 167 yards of fabric at from a friend who bought it at a yard sale. North Carolina has a lot of textile factories where they make different things. And look, Sissy, there's some more of that red fabric. Every time I think I got rid of all of it, I gifted it away. I used to give it away in 10-yard sections. It's it's already been pre-washed and ironed. All this fabric is already ready to go, treated. For I don't know if any of you saw the video that I posted where I donated fabric for 21 quilts for seniors, almost homesteading with Janet. You're watching with your husband. I have something for you, a gift for you, Janet. You'll have to text me your mailing address. Oh, I already told you about it though, because I have some of the strips left over from the making the masks, and they're already pressed, they're already ready. And the reason Almost Homesteading with Janet and Unbiased LLC are getting them because they came up live and showed me that they're making this these blocks that I'm making that are pre-cut. Look, these are just polka dot. You see how I'm putting them down flat? My mother came to North Carolina one year and she spent like 4 weeks, 6 weeks. She helped me put a couple quilts together. I must have been, this is another ugly fabric. Hey, Robin Murphy. So this one, I must have been, to show you, putting in the quilt for the seniors, because this one already, I made like 21 different rag quilts, and one lady wanted all red. I actually made Uncle Roscoe want him all red, but it disappeared somewhere. And it already has the batting inside. And you sew a line here, that make fat seams, and you end up, that's how you make a rag quilt. This is oh, Janet's husband said, "Hi, hubby." Hi, Mr. Janet. I mean, Mr. Janet's homesteading. Mr. Homesteading. So I will show you what's coming to your house soon, you two. So this is just a light colored one. I don't like the way that one feels. Here's some green fabric. I don't know whether these are flowers or Christmas bulbs or what. You see, all this is pre-cut, you guys. This is what you do with your 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. If you can make it an hour. Oh, your husband's name is James? Oh, hello, Mr. James. How you doing? How you doing? Just don't go anywhere, you guys, because I'm going to show you Janet's fabric pieces that are coming. Her bag. It's actually like her 1 or 2 pound bag. Here are some more squares of that bird fabric with South Dakota, West Virginia, Louisiana, Montana, Ohio, Minnesota, Mississippi. What else is on this side? Montana, Utah, Tennessee, Nevada, Ohio, Carolina. I don't know which Carolina, but these are already cut. More of that red fabric, and you guys are going to laugh in a minute. This was more of the 169 yards. But we're going to get to something interesting, some show and tell in a minute. Some more of this. And then remember when I told you there's no such thing as ugly fabric? You just didn't cut it small enough. So here's a funny story. I was in Arizona, and Auntie Joanne used to drive me all over the state doing these fabric shop hops, right? And a fabric budget, it means As long as you don't take the mortgage money, Auntie Joanne already knows what's coming up. There was some fabric in the store. Well, from here, isn't it pretty? It's like red and green and yellow. But look up close. These are frogs, you guys. These are frogs. This was a really expensive fabric. You can tell because on the side it has all these red and yellow dots each time Janet is speaking to Rochelle. And with all these, my great grandson had me make a quilt. Maybe I have enough to add to it because he outgrew it. He's 6'2" already. He's only 16. And he's outgrown 2 quilts I made him. So I think I'm going to have to make the other quilts over 7 feet tall. But Bonnie Hunter said there's no such thing as ugly fabric. You just didn't cut it small enough. So remember this fabric, you guys, because in a couple of weeks, I'll take one of my show quality quilt out and show you that I made with these ugly fabrics and some fat quarters. You got some stacks at Dollar Tree. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. They don't have any fabrics at the Dollar Tree here in Connecticut. So I don't even think I knew about Dollar Tree this is when I was still in North Carolina. Just some plain yellow. But you see, these are already cut. These are some flowers, roses with blue in it. More flowered fabric already cut with purple with different flowers. Ooh, you guys got me sweating holding these up. So we're almost at the end. Some different fabrics that look like piece blocks. So I just want you to see what I do in my free time when I'm hiding in mi apartamento. And okay, so I don't want to get Janet's mixed up with Unbiased. So this is Unbiased package of strips that she's going to be making these blocks. So this is what's called a legacy block. And I have been collecting strips, not this, but like after I cut these up and I made ugly fabric pieces, I saved them because I always wanted to make a quilt with these tiny scraps. So I cut 6.5-inch blocks of unbleached muslin. I put a diagonal pencil line across them, and then I flip and sew different strips together, and I arrange them in this type of diamond pattern. So these are blocks 9 and 10 of 30 that I'm making for a special quilt. And Greenland Katie is a quilter, and she was doing a challenge. So I said, oh, it takes me 2 hours to do these 2 blocks with all these little tiny pieces. And the smaller you cut the pieces, the prettier the blocks are. You see this tan stripe one? This is actually one of my work shirts, one of my button down Ralph Lauren with the horse on it that I used to wear with my pearls to work. And I said, well, I'll always be able to keep a part of this shirt because I'm not going back to work in Timor. And then this one, Unbiased, had on a shirt the other night with a blue and white pinstripe. These are my 2 favorite button down work shirts of my own that I used to wear. So now I have scraps of them that will be in this forever quilt. I'm going to put this over there because I don't want to mess it up or lose it with all this fabric. So this is another block. This block I'll always remember, and I know where each of the fabrics came from. Remember that big piece of purple over there, you guys? That's in this block. Some of that zebra fabric. There are different kinds of zebra. patterns. I guess no two zebras are alike, you guys. Psalm 146 gave me this one, more of that shirt. So this block is all different fabrics, and I wear black a lot when I'm creating so that the fabrics that I'm working with don't interfere with it. I'll see if you could see when I would put these together. You see where this diamond will go into the bottom diamond, the side diamonds. When I put this together, this will be a quilt of all diamonds when all 30 blocks are put together. Now, while we're still in fabric mode, because I have some other things to show you, I want to show you some fabric that I myself tie-dyed. So this is just some unbleached muslin that I rolled up. I put rubber bands around it. I got some blue denim dye, and I hand dyed it. I put rubber bands in different places. But again, I did this 10 years ago. I took this out of a box of stuff when I had some help pulling all this stuff down. It's like the 4 bins that are up there. Those are actually laundry hampers. I can't get those down by myself, so I have to get some help. A sister got to get some help up in here. I could take a bath in this fabric. I love it so much. So this is about 1.5 yards. Then I said I was going to make a bag out of it, Brampton. Then I said, you know what? It's too pretty. I'm going to use it for a backing for some quilt. So, oh my goodness. So now what I'm going to show you, don't look and see what size Tims I used to wear. Now I got Thims, the fake Tims that I wear outside in the snow. My daughter says, Mom, no Tims. Yes. Could say easy rag quilts. Yeah, that's what those blocks are already cut, Janet. And you can make them every size. Those are going to be 10.5 inches and double-sided. So now, what do we have? What do we have here? I have 6.5-inch vintage fabric squares that are already cut, you guys. Stacks and stacks and stacks. I'm not going to take them all out. But you see all these? All these are pre-cut by me when I had a big table and I use a big rotary cutter. Look at all these. So these are what I did with my 15 minutes at a time. Uh-oh. Look, I found some blue strips that are going in one of the packages. Look how pretty this one is, you guys. These are a couple 2.5-inch blocks that fell in here from when I was making Quilts of Valor. I made a lot of military quilts to donate to Quilts of Valor. And see, these are already pre-cut. This was like shirting fabric. One of my friends, Sissy Joanne Stephen Hannes, gave me all these fabrics. Hannes is one of my friends who's from South Africa, and he also gave me some shui fabric from there. So these are already cut up. So now let me show Janet. Almost homesteading with Janet. No, that's unbiased. That's unbiased package because it has that sparkly stuff in it. So Janet, here's yours. Ha ha ha, you just didn't cut it small enough. That's what Bonnie Hunter says. She made that up. I did. Janet, this must be 2 or 3 pounds of, what does it say? Strips from the masks that I made. I told you I made thousands of masks, and that was during the time when nobody could get a mask. So Yale Hospital was close to me. I knitted a bunch of preemie hats and took them over there. All these little fabrics, Janet, are from. You're welcome, Janet. And anybody else, when you guys show me that you're quilting, doing something, those of you who have never quilted before or don't have these, look at these, Jan. I just want to tug one out so that you see these are already ironed. All you have to do is start sewing them together and putting them in your blocks. And since unbiased and unbiased and Janet came up live and showed me that they were making these tiny, tiny blocks, I wanted to reward them by giving them some that I have cut up. After I do this quilt with all these, I will not be making any more of these. Not any more. Oh, haha, you didn't get it. So I have one thing to show you before I go back to some hand dyed. Uh-oh. Oh, it's down there. All these boxes of stuff. That's what I have. This side of the wall has books. Over there in my craft slash studio art room, I have lots of fabric already cut up. You only made 700. That's a lot. And you and hubby made it. Good. He can help you make this quilt with a little time. I don't know if he has the patience. So yeah, this is an old box. My daughter used to work there. For 30 years, my daughter worked here, and then she left that job. She has her retirement watch and everything. But I kept these boxes because they're so sturdy. I love these heavy duty boxes. You also see that I keep a lot of shoe boxes, like these Timberland boots, these Jordan boot boxes. They make the boxes so much. You're welcome, Janet. I want to encourage more of you to quilt and make things. I talked to one of my friends that I taught to make the bags when I was in North Carolina. I taught her how to make the rag quilts. She made like 53 of them for all of her grandchildren, cousins, everybody. And she made them with the big blocks, the 10.5 inch blocks. Janice said, he has far more patience than you. I have a friend whose husband is a quilter. When he was in the Navy, his job was sewing like all the stuff on the officers' uniforms and whatnot. And then when he got out of there, he went to law school. He's a lawyer now. So I'll get back to that. But while we're talking about quilting, I didn't know where I put these CDs. I didn't have a CD reader till I got one from Temu, whoever. And I'm still trying to get that one logged into this MacBook that didn't fit. But this is a CD of G's Ben quilt makers. There were like about 8 to 10 quilt makers in G's Bend, Alabama, which was out in the boondocks. You could only reach them by bridge. And these group of ladies made quilts by hand, big stitches, and they became very famous across the United States. Target even has commissioned some of their patterns and some of their quilts to make jackets and things now. I have made a couple of patchwork sweatshirt jackets lately for those of you wishing to take classes. We can do that on Zoom. So here is, maybe we can go on Zoom or somewhere, anybody who's interested, and we can show for educational purposes. I'm not copywriting, trying to steal their stuff, just to show you some of the quilt makers. This is on the back, some of their quilts. They use big stitches, colorful fabric, all kinds. The quilt police say only use cotton fabrics from this, that, and the third. But use what you have. You can use an old sheet and cut it up for the 6.5 inch blocks. I used unbleached muslin. Why? Because I used to save up and then get a coupon at one of the big stores. And when they had buy one and get 40% off, 60% off, I would buy a whole bolt of unbleached muslin. Now, another thing that I'm working on, and I'm doing a family history going back like 400 years, and I never opened this. A family member gave it to me. It's the Mormon Immigration Index for so many years. Let's see, I showed you this one. And this is another research tool that I'm using to write the family history. And it's the Freedmen's bank records going back hundreds and hundreds of years. So I'll keep them in this box so that things stack up flat. And then the last thing I want to show you guys, because it's very interesting, those of you who like making your own fabrics, cutting your own strips. By the way, I don't know if it works here, you guys. Let's try it and see. Put exclamation mark GQUAT and see if Nightbot will let you. Janice's cool genealogy resources. I actually have. Yes, it works, you guys. So those of you who are content creators, drop your hashtag GQUAT. It will wait a few minutes. It won't like do it like every 5 seconds. So if you all put them in at one time, don't think it's not going to come up. It will. So this is what your busy auntie does in her little apartamiento when she's here. So Miss Shirley is going live tonight, you guys. I want to show you, before I show you the next fabric, because I've been busy, went shopping today, and some things that accidentally fell in my cart at Walmart when I was trying not to back over people or pull over people and get things down when you're sitting down. Look at this. So my great-granddaughter got her first apartment, and who wants plastic dishes? But her favorite color is purple. So I got her 6 of these bowls. Don't worry, she's not watching. She's at work. She's at work. You can't even text her during the day. So, and I got her some purple. They actually have little Halloween things on it, but she's not going to care. She is just going to love it because her Nana got them for her. And some cups. And I wanted to get her some, so she likes purple, but pink is her other accent color. So I wanted to get her some pink pots and pans, but she didn't text me back in time. I was out of the store. So I guess I'll have to order some on Amazon Prime days. So those of you who don't want to sew whole big things, you can take whole sheet things. You can take flannel. You can take fleece and make things. This is a gift that's actually going to be going to a family member to cover a sofa that her dog, whoops, almost dropped it, that her dog scratched up. So Sissy, I found this, and this is for your orange leather sofa. I cut some African strips, and yes, I can keep it. I can't keep it from you and Roscoe. You're always doing stuff for me. So this is going to go on the orange sofa. You're not going to see how big it is. So that where... Oh, you're going to be on YouTube tonight, Miss Shirley, too? Instead of StreamYard? Good luck. But the one thing about that, you guys, we can't stream to like Facebook and YouTube. So we will be on YouTube. We are not paying $49 a month or $89 a month or $200 a month. David Corey, what up, GQUAT? David Corey, I'm going to have to get in that freezer back there and take some of that oxtail out. You guys, I already have a turkey for Thanksgiving because I'm going to make 2 turkeys, one for mom's house and one for my great granddaughter to nibble on her house. So, Sissy, yeah, this will just be a binding on Angel's quilt. Since she took over your neck bone pillows, maybe she'll do this instead. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you guys dealing with fiber art, David Corey. David, what did I see you doing? Oh, you were doing the sorrel. You put it in the garlic. You're just busy. And yes, I watched your videos, David. Gave the thumbs up. Trying to go back and leave a comment. So don't you be saying your auntie didn't look at all of them. I did. I look at them on TV so I could take these super coolers off, but I can't chat until later. So what these are I have one friend who is a fiber artist, but she doesn't sew exclusively. Actually, she bought one of my featherweight machines, and she does print on fabric. So she gave me this box of hand printed. Her name is Shonda, painted and hand dyed fabrics. So she likes to decorate her own fabrics. I'm actually going to piece this one up, and I have a denim vest. It was a denim jacket that I cut the sleeves out, and I'm making a dressed up vest, unbiased. Yes, it already has a piece of leopard where the keys put a hole in it. And no, I'm not copying off you. I had that jacket when you were born, Rachel. That denim jacket must be 50 years old. But I'm just upcycling her and doing a bunch of stuff to it. Say, you ain't my aunt. Thank you. Thank you. So this is some hand dyed fabric. And you guys, to dye fabric, you can dip it in paint. I mean ink. No, I don't mean ink. What I mean, you can dip it in dye. You can use hand inks. You can almost homesteading with Janet. StreamYard prices went up. Yes, Janet. There are no more free ones. It's only $49 a month, $89 a month, or $200 a month. So I pay my bills on the 1st to the 3rd. So they already slammed me. They already tried to get my $49. Not so, Grasshopper. You ain't getting mine. So look at this fabric. I'm going to gift a piece of this when I get to 3K or something. So these little pieces you can actually put in frames and frame them. Those of you who like to do things like that, or want to create some of your own arts. This looks kind of like she's a print artist. She likes printing. This is how a lot of mud cloth comes, but this is woven and it comes in strips. It comes in strips like this. I think I took this one apart, but you can use it for whatever. You can use this for a casserole pad. You can pad it. Maria Graham, you made it. We prayed for you. We prayed for you, Maria Graham. Not to worry, Maria Graham. Your box is over there, your birthday box. Not to worry, Grasshopper. It's coming. I just have to, you know what it's waiting for? I will have a helper in the morning, and she has to sit on the box for me to close it so I could get it in the flat braid box. We figured out I taped the edges, taped the middles, and she sits on it so that we can tape it closed and all the stuff fits in it for X amount of dollars. So I'm just showing you guys fabric. I'm taking a fabric bath today. So this is another, now this is a nice one. This can just be framed. And you see how she and you can use old rusty nails. You can use ink, dyes. This is, you see that face in there? That's one of her trademark pieces. And this one might be signed. Ah, it is signed. This is a signed piece, Joanne Stevens. Greenland Katie. We're having a great week. Great week, Katie. I'm going to stop for a second, you guys, because Katie just came in. But I just want her to see at least one. So, Katie, I have blocks 9 and 10 of 30 done for your quilting challenge. For those of you who would like to go to Greenland Katie's channel, she has a strip quilt channel and you can join it. I don't think it's too late. Katie, tell us if we can still join the challenge. You know, I told you that I would. So I have 10 of 30 blocks done and I have boxes of fabric out. So this is another piece of my fiber artist friend Shonda's printed fabric that can just be, I love this butterfly. You see, I know Maria Graham sees that butterfly and that heart in the corner. So this is a piece. I feel like it's dusty, you guys. I have to hand wash those. I hand wash this piece of tie dye over here today in cold water and fabric softener and hung it up to dry. Greenland Katie says, you will continue making those until you've used up all your scraps. You just haven't decided how you're going to put them into a quilt pattern yet. Well, I have mine into like a diamond pattern. You can go back to the beginning of this live and see, or it's not really a reveal yet. In back of me, you guys, you see this big green thing? That actually is my green screen folded in quarters. And I just hung it up over there because I tried that green screen thing and it didn't work for me. It didn't work because I didn't know you had to be still and sit in front of it. And then I had all this other stuff in the background. It was a hot mess. This is one of the strip blocks waiting to go in, Katie. But I will probably do a live and go downstairs in the community room and get a big table when I lay them out. So here are some more fabrics in my collection box. Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick, she painted her walls in her living room with like some of these mud cloth colors. I should, when I do a giveaway, give away a couple of these pieces that were gifted and share them. This, I think, was just a piece of fabric that's really thick to show what she prints on. Oh, you like this top, Maria Graham? This is, I don't know if you recall when I was in Arizona and I got some birthday things. I got 3 kimonos out there. You like that mud cloth, David? Okay. So, David, I know that you paint and you print and you do things. I think I will gift some of you. I'll do a giveaway at some point and give these out so that you guys can print on them. Specific solid batik on corners to make pinwheels where all 4 corners join. You don't know. You're still thinking about it? Okay. So what I did, Katie, with these small blocks, you see this for those of you who making these, when you get to the corners, sometimes you end up with little tiny pieces that you have to sew. Little tiny ones. I am intentionally putting a big piece in the corners where I put the little thin ones in, and what's going to happen, mind me if I do. Oh, Kurt, thanks for watching the commercials, you guys. Okay, so this is a block. Kind of looks like a diamond. Here is a block. You see how they're not sewn together, but when the seams line up, It'll be one diamond to another diamond going down the entire length of the quilt, which will be 6 blocks. These blocks are each 12.5 inches, so it'll be about a 6 foot or 72 inch quilt. And then I will have the diamonds coming on the side when I put more of them on the side. So this quilt will feature just diamonds and diamonds and diamonds, and no 2 blocks in this entire quilt will be alike. This is an odd one out that didn't get put in anything. I dropped it on the floor. Okay. So David, good artist. So we're almost done, you guys. I just wanted to finish showing you some of the things that you can do. Those of you who don't want to sew, Maria, I don't know if you were in here, but we all prayed for you and the others in the hurricane's wake path. You see this piece, you guys? This is a piece that's already hand printed and dyed that was like this, that my friend printed on. You can print on regular fabrics. You can buy India dyes and use pens. You can make your own things to stamp them. This is a piece that she dyed. She actually teaches printing and dyeing. This is just a piece she had ready. What I like about this are the rough edges. So here is a rough piece of batik. I even like the fact that it's some odd shape, like a wall hanging. Whoops. Almost fell, not quite. It's already been pre-washed. So something like this. How many of you would like to see me gift one of these? Oh, I feel like it's a little bit dusty though. Pieces of fabric to be used for collages. You don't just have to sew and make quilts, is what I'm trying to impress on you guys. This is something that was printed. Any one of these can be put in a frame and just hung on the wall. These are just absolutely beautiful. And I want to give you guys something. Oh, here's another piece of that I said I was going to put in the jacket or in a frame. And I like them when they're torn and odd pieces. Are you guys enjoying this show and tell? Put a B in it if you think it's boring and I won't show anymore. Or put a 1 in if you like it. Oh, you would like to see more? Okay, because I will be sharing a few of these. Where am I going to put it? My apartment looks like, Yankee Sister will tell you, it looks like you're in an art gallery or an art museum. Every wall, not supposed to hang stuff all over all these walls. I have one painting over there that's like 6 feet by 6 feet. There's a painting over my bed that's 6 feet. I've got paintings, art everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So they said, one, you want to see some more? You guys surprised me because it's interesting seeing all the different things. And that's what I wanted to show you, Mike. Look at this. This actually, you see this, was like a piece of yellow fabric. And she just printed or drew. And you can buy next week. No, today's Thursday. I'll show you. You can buy fabric paint and just, it comes with a little nozzle on it and just draw on it. You can make, oh, you can't really see it. I have a big one of my drawings in the corner. It's one of my denim jacket before I cut the sleeves off. And it's chalk and India ink and some paint that I flung on there. And I made it mixed media. Oh, we will be doing some beading soon because these are pearls that were hand strung and tied. But I have a couple of bracelets that I've broken. Val Create, she's not in here right now. She sent me some earring hoops that I didn't get around to making some earrings. These are earrings, but they're just, oops, my earpiece came out. Oh, but you said you can hear me. Why do I have that silly thing in all the time? Anyway, so I just have a couple more I wanted to show you. Oh, wow. Look at this one, you guys. Now, this is really special. And do you see what it says? It says soil provider. And you see how it's all wrinkled up? This will be gorgeous, gorgeous in a frame. And my friend, she just came over one day and gifted me the whole box. Beading. Yes, Janet, you guys can't see on here. I have a tote that's this big with all beads and beading stuff. I have another tote where we can do ceramic stuff. I have the tools to carve them out, and they can be oven dried or air dried. So here is a colorful piece of fabric that she printed. I don't even remember looking through this whole box. That's terrible. Look at this, you guys. It almost reminds you of an eclipse or something with the little red thing in the middle. This is with the back. But you know what? She didn't sign them. She actually printed on the back of my denim vest that I'm upcycling, and I'm going to print around it. And I hand put hers. You like that green one? Oh, thank you. So this is another one like the yellow one. A couple people in here said they like green. Here's one that is blue. Oh, I think it goes this way. I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination, but I see trees walking through the woods in the snow or something. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. More printed art. I'm not sure which way they go. This is a nice canvas, you guys. Treasure in a box. Yes. There are a few more. So I have my own little museum in here. Y'all, I'm telling you, when Auntie Ella and Nana is gone, nobody's gonna open all these boxes and go through them. Maybe my sister Joanne will, now that she knows they're here. Look at this one. Isn't this one beautiful? I was looking to see if it goes this way and to see if it was signed. There's a place in New Haven, Connecticut called the Creative Arts Workshop, and she teaches there. And I think they sometimes have classes online. Now, I don't know. Is this a woman's body? I don't know what it is. Go this way, this way. This looks like a lady with a halter dress on with a tiny little waist and big old hips to me. To me, doesn't that look like a curvy Coca-Cola lady? My sister Joanne Stevens says Shonda does beautiful work. She does. I'm glad she loves me. Or like Miss Shirley says, do y'all love me just a little bit? Just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I just love art. I just love it. Mermaid legs. That's a good name for that one. She looks like a mermaid. More printed. canvas. And you know what, you guys? These could actually be stretched over a canvas, although you would lose some of this, or put into a frame, with the cutout pieces around the edges. All right. And here's one more. This kind of reminds me of ocean waves with the sun going down on it, or sunrise with it coming up. Trying to see whose sneakers these was. These must have been Cam's sneakers back when he was little. Okay, you guys. So did you have fun? You thought it was a fish until it's whatever you think it was. It could be a fish. And why do I have this rubber band on my arm? I get so excited, I don't even know what I'm doing. So you guys, I'm not sure. This is my first time programming Yankee Sisters in the Bushes. Are you outside my house trying to get one of these pieces? Because you can if you come inside. He said, yes, we did. You did enjoy that. It was something different. It was something different. And to see what I do, why I love being home. My daughter says, Mom, you can go out. You don't have to stay in. I love staying in. I love staying in. I love staying in. And I love going live with you guys and sharing what I have and sharing part of myself and what I know. And I would like to thank all of you in the bushes, the moderators. There are any Northern USA dwellers. Make sure to go outside late tonight or tomorrow night to see the Northern Lights. There's going to be several places to see them. You won't make it before I sign off. Okay, Yankee sister. So this kind of reminds me of the northern lights in the background. So my kids, when I say my kids, my granddaughter's a grown woman and she's a grandmother. Arita, she watches. She'll say, Nana, I saw you the other day and your hair was going forward. Is that how you want it to go? I'm like, no, staying in is wonderful. I love it. I love it, you guys. So now I don't have to go from StreamYard to the chat in here. People are saying, hello, Mother. Hello, I want to thank, whoop, that was my phone. I want to thank each and every one of you. Ego Amote. So I didn't load, I don't even know if I can load an intro, outro on here, but it's kind of nice getting back to basics too, isn't it? So Miss Shirley's going live tonight, you guys. Odom's is going live. I think Vision Preparedness. I think Joe. Yankee Sister's got her 3 hearts up there. I appreciate each and every one of you. I need you all to know this place looked like a cyclone hit it. A cyclone. So now it's time to say goodbye to all our lovely friends. Why? Because we love you. See you here 6 p.m. Eastern, Saturday. Love you. Thanks for coming.